Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited because we are going to be doing two of my favorite things. Number one, watching some 90 Day Fiancé, and number two, breaking down masculine and feminine energy in the cast members. So if you'd like to watch along with me, please do. So we are going to be watching Before the 90 Days, Season 1, Episode 1. And I like to watch Before the 90 Days because I like to see the couples separately before they meet each other. And then when they actually do interact, I want to look at, do they have polarity in their relationship? Meaning, are they attracting or are they repelling? So let's get started with the episode. All right, let's start with Darcy. Who's Darcy?
I have a company called House of 11 along with my twin sister, Stacy. I have two beautiful daughters, Annika and Aspen. I have joint custody with my ex-husband. I have been divorced for about 6 years now.
I'm gonna talk about some things that show me that she is in touch with her feminine energy. So Darcy is actually very connected to her light feminine energy side. How can I tell? Number one, she leads by talking about her passion, which she runs a clothing business with her sister. So I think that's beautiful. She has a very strong connection with her daughters. She's very loving and nurturing over them. However, I can see that her feminine energy has been wounded. She says that she's been divorced for 6 years, hasn't been in a relationship in a while, and that can wound your feminine energy.
What photo did you have on your dating profile?
From what I remember, I had a selfie photo, I believe. I was a lot younger, mostly cropped from the midsection up, you know.
Even though her light feminine energy is very strong, her dark feminine energy, she is missing. So I can tell sometimes with women that undergo a lot of surgical enhancements, get really long nails, really long hair, long eyelashes. I call this performing femininity, and I'll do a separate video about this.
One day I started scrolling in Amsterdam and I came across Jesse. I just saw this really cute guy kind of sitting in a chair like this and looked absolutely handsome. On the surface, it can sound out there. I'm a female going to a foreign country to meet, you know, someone I haven't met in person for the first time. Leaving, you know, my children. I love you. But it's, it could be a little scary.
I can tell she's more in her dark masculine, which is actually the chasing aggressive energy, which is why she's going across the pond to go meet the love of her life instead of him chasing her. So in mind, as we're going through this, there are women that are in their masculine energies chasing after men. This may have something to do also with the age difference. You know, what they call a cougar. It's not just older women that date younger men. It's older women that chase younger men. She was attracted to Jesse because Jesse probably has more dark feminine energy than she does. And a lot of times when we're seeking a partner, we are attracted to what we actually lack in ourselves.
So I'm a little bit worried that he's sweet-talking her a little bit. I just want her to go in it with open eyes.
Her sister might be right, because another aspect of the dark feminine energy, especially with men that are too far in their dark feminine energy, I call them the players. They are charming, they are attractive, but they will say whatever they can to get whatever they want. So I respect her sister for being cautious.
So I started venturing online. I went through several different dating apps, and I started gravitating more toward one that actually focused more on Latin dating, because the majority of the population there has very good, strong family values.
Isn't that what the passport bros say? They just want to go overseas because the women there have traditional values. And Paul, you're talking like a passport bro.
Travel clinic.
My name's Paul. I'm 34 years old. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I work in research and IT for a local company.
This is a map that shows Brazil.
I'm about to go to a very remote area of the Amazon region.
I got a heat vest to help deal with the temperature. We're down there. It's a head wrap to help heat stroke or heat exhaustion. Helps cool you down. Got various types of water filters. Better to have it and not need it than not have it.
All right, Paul's not playing on his trip to Brazil. He is not trying to catch anything. But this is the dark masculine energy I was talking about. Chasing the one that he wants, the woman that he wants. He's chasing her. He's going down to her hometown. Paul does have some dark masculine energy in him, but he's very much in his light masculine. I can tell because he's very in his head, and so he's not really in his body. He seems a little stiff, little awkward.
I try to overplan. I got 4 standard military footlockers, 1 standard military duffel bag, and my carry-on.
See how in his head he is? He's so logical. He has to plan everything. So he's packing all these extra things and worried about if he gets sick and parasitic fish swimming in his urethra. He is so logical and well planned and almost structured in the way that he thinks and the way he behaves. It's light masculine energy.
I haven't had the best of luck of past relationships here locally. I've been betrayed, I've experienced unfaithful girlfriends, a lot of negative, chaotic things. Being burned that many times definitely affects anybody.
What I like about this show is that we get to see and hear about the wounds that these characters experience. Paul talks about his wound. He has been heartbroken over and over and over again. And it can make it hard to trust people. And so he seems very reserved. That's why he's very in his head. He probably doesn't like to connect to his emotions as much anymore.
Time now to make that next step and actually see each other in person. So I am going to Haiti for 14 days.
I am so looking forward to that first minute that I see you at the airport. I'm looking forward to walking up and wrapping my arms around you and kissing your lips and finally telling you face to face how much I love you. I'm so excited to be with you. I am. Yeah, well, I'm glad you are.
So far, Sean, similar to Paul, is also very in his light masculine energy. I can see he's very in his head, but he has a different side of his light masculine energy that we see in this scene where he's very giving. He's very, he professes his love to her and is very expressive, and they have good polarity as far as I can see, where she's just saying, oh, thank you, that's so sweet, I can't wait to see you too.
I've got my reservations.
Sure.
I've got my concerns because she's got this ex-boyfriend down there, and he's like old. He's like 64 or something. Chris, he strikes me as your stereotypical American sugar daddy.
He spends about 6 months a year in the Dominican Republic, and I'm not exactly sure how Chris and Abby originally met, but it was only a few months before she met me.
Okay, so let's talk about Abby. Even though we haven't met Abby, the fact that she has kind of these 2 men in her life competing for one spot, right? She has an older man with a lot of money, and then she has this man that really loves her and is coming to see her. It's leading me to believe that she probably has a strong amount of dark feminine energy in her. And while I don't condone this, what she's doing is putting both of them in their dark masculine energy, because dark masculine energy is competitive. Because they're in competition with each other, they're both going to be demonstrating their value for her love, for her affection, for her hand.
If I can't be with her, if she, you know, then I come back to the United States a single man.
Another thing I'll say, since he is very strong in his light feminine, right? He's very emotional. He professes his love to her. He really says, he speaks his feelings. He is concerned about his heart getting broken. Remember how I said we usually attract what we lack, and light feminine and dark feminine are on the opposite ends of the spectrum. If you haven't seen my previous video on the divine feminine energy chart, please go watch that, as well as the divine masculine energy chart. They are at the opposite ends. And so He probably is attracted to her because she has more dark feminine. She's probably attracted to him because he has more light feminine. But I still need to see when they meet each other.
My mother and me are extremely close. I think the only person more worried about this trip than me is my mother.
You said it's gonna be like 3 weeks?
Be down there 3 weeks.
I would like to know how come you just don't date somebody from here?
I see men that are a little bit too connected with their mothers when they're grown. I look at them as probably being too far in their light feminine energy. They could be a mama's boy. And I would highly suggest you run from the mama's boy. Those can be extremely difficult to be in a relationship with because they're so childlike. When you get in a relationship with a mama's boy, you become mama, okay? You have to start going your masculine energy and telling them what to do and when to do it.
My mother's taking me to the airport. She's feeling extremely emotional about me leaving.
What, this is a doctor?
Oh, no. I'm just here.
Oh, here.
No, I had off my brush. No.
She actually just snuck out and gave me a little bit of her hair from her comb to take with her. It means a lot. That's actually something, it's her hair. Very sweet of her to do something like that for me. I'll make sure I pack it in here.
To do what with? Why does she give you her hair? See, this is what I'm telling you about mama's boys. Well, that was the first episode of season 1 of Before the 90 Days. That was a good episode. I'm really excited to see the rest of the season and see the couples interact once they actually meet each other. So until next time, I will see you guys here. Bye.